It began with a dream, not the kind that flickers and fades when you wake, but one that feels more real than the waking world itself. A woman, her name was Amara, found herself walking down an endless corridor. The air shimmered, almost humming with a sound she couldn't hear with her ears, but felt in her bones. Walls of light stretched upward, each glowing with what seemed like infinite streams of symbols, images, and memories that weren't hers. Yet she knew them. She remembered them. At the far end, there was a door, not made of wood or stone, but woven from threads of pure golden light. She felt her chest tighten, not from fear, but from a deep, soul-stirring recognition. A voice whispered, not from outside, but from somewhere within her, "You have been here before." Her hand reached out. The moment she touched the light, visions flooded in. 1,000 lives, 1,000,000 moments, every choice she had ever made and every choice she could have made. She saw herself as a child, as an old woman, as someone entirely different, walking through deserts she had never visited, holding hands with people she had never met, speaking languages she had never learned. Then she understood. She was in the Akashic Records. We often think of life as a straight line, birth, events, death. But what if that line is just a thread in a vast, infinite tapestry? What if there is a place beyond the limits of time where every thought, every action, every possibility is stored, like books in a cosmic library? The ancient mystics of India called this vast energetic archive Akasha, a Sanskrit word meaning ether or primary substance. It is said that everything that ever happened, is happening now, or will happen in the future, exists in this timeless field of consciousness. Imagine the universe as a great ocean, and every moment of your life, every laugh, every heartbreak, every quiet thought, as drops of water dissolving into it. The ocean remembers every drop. Nothing is lost. The origins of the Akashic concept. The concept of the Akashic Records is not new. It's as old as human curiosity. The ancient Vedic texts spoke of an all-pervading ether that carried sound, vibration, and information. The theosophists of the 19th century brought it into the Western mind, describing it as a metaphysical record written into the very fabric of space. Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, claimed to access it during deep trance, offering detailed readings about people's past lives, future potentials, and even events in human history yet to unfold. But long before names were given, shamans, sages, and mystics across cultures knew of a place where reality's script was stored. The Egyptians hinted at the Hall of Records. In Tibetan Buddhism, the bardo contains the impressions of all lifetimes. In Mayan belief, the universe was alive with the memory of creation itself. The nature of the records. Think of the Akashic Records as a dimension, not physical, not bound by time, yet containing a perfect energetic imprint of every soul's journey. Every joy, every mistake, every moment of silence you thought went unnoticed. It's there. The records are said to exist in the fifth dimension and beyond, a place where linear time dissolves and everything is accessible at once. But here's the intriguing part: these records are not just a passive archive. They are alive. They respond to the energy of the one who seeks them. Your questions shape what you are shown. Your readiness shapes what you are allowed to understand. It's like walking into a library where the books rearrange themselves to offer you exactly the page you need at that moment in your life. Why access them? Many people are drawn to the Akashic Records in moments of deep questioning. When life feels uncertain, when repeating patterns cause pain, when the why behind your existence becomes too loud to ignore. In the records, you may find clarity on repeating challenges in relationships, career, or personal growth, understanding of soul contracts, agreements you made before birth with other souls to learn certain lessons, healing from past life traumas that echo into the present, direction for choices that feel overwhelming. It's not about predicting the future like a fortune teller. It's about aligning with your highest potential path by understanding the patterns that have shaped your soul. How it feels to access the records. People describe it differently. Some feel a profound stillness, as if they are floating in a golden light. Others see vivid images or hear words that come not from an external voice, but from a deep, ancient part of themselves. There can be tears without sadness, simply from the overwhelming recognition that you are more than this single lifetime. The ethical key. The Akashic Records are not a playground for curiosity. The reason not everyone can access them at will is because intention matters. They are sacred. Approaching them requires humility, respect, and a willingness to accept truth, even if it is uncomfortable. The records will not feed the ego, they will feed the soul. Sometimes the answer is not what you want, but what you need. A relatable example. Think about a moment when you made a choice you couldn't explain. Moving to a certain city, befriending someone instantly, or avoiding a path without knowing why. Later, that decision turned out to be crucial for your growth. What if those moments were your soul remembering information from the records? A subtle nudge from the vast library where your life's blueprint is stored. Or perhaps you've met someone and felt like you've known them forever. The records suggest this isn't imagination, it's memory. You have known them, perhaps in another life, perhaps many times over. Modern science's quiet nod. While science does not officially recognize the Akashic Records, quantum physics offers metaphors that come close. The idea of a holographic universe suggests that every part contains the whole. The field in quantum theory describes an invisible matrix of energy connecting all things. Memory, as understood in neuroscience, is stored in patterns, not just in the brain, but possibly in the very fabric of reality. Accessing the records. Mystics often describe a meditative state or prayer that opens the records. One common method involves grounding yourself in stillness, setting a pure, clear intention for what you seek, invoking the guardians or keepers of the records with respect, remaining open, not forcing images or answers, but letting them arrive. Some receive symbols they later understand. Others get a flood of past life scenes. For many, the first visits are quiet, like stepping into a library and simply feeling the weight of centuries of wisdom before daring to pick up a book. The story comes full circle. When Amara returned from her vision, she woke up in her small apartment, the hum of traffic outside. And yet, something had changed. The colors of the world seemed richer, as if every leaf, every brick, every stranger on the street carried a secret story she could almost hear. She didn't remember all that she saw in the records, but she remembered the feeling. A profound knowing that her life was not random, that her choices mattered, and that she was deeply, eternally connected to something vast and loving. In the end, the Akashic Records are not about escaping reality. They are about revealing it. They are a mirror for the soul, showing you the patterns, the lessons, and the beauty hidden in every moment. And maybe, just maybe, the door to that infinite library isn't somewhere far away in the clouds. Maybe it is right here within you, waiting for the day you are ready to remember.